Okay, I'm gonna share something with you guys that I would not post on TikTok because this is a little bit more personal. So a couple weekends ago, I had a really bad trigger. So, for reference, I never shared this with my significant other because I just didn't, because I don't like thinking about it a lot. So basically, he never knew about this until the day I got triggered. So when I was younger, my perpetrator would, rush me to eat. And, like, if I didn't eat to his time limits or standards or whatever, I would either have to do a sexual favor or I would get my ass beat. So, yeah. I really don't like thinking about that. I just kind of lock that memory way the fuck in the back of the jail or prison of my brain. So, anyway, when me and my boyfriend had went out to eat, we were just talking, and I was talking about something, and then he's like, oh, are you almost done eating? Because, like, we gotta get going, and, like, we don't have all day. Like, come on, let's go. And he didn't say it in a rude way or anything like that. It was just, like, as soon as I heard that, my brain went way back. Like, my brain took that as, like, whoa. So I instantly took that as a bad thing. And when we went in the car, oh my god, I lost it. I was hyperventilating. I was crying like this. Like a 5-year-old. Like, I lost my shit. And he didn't understand, like, he didn't even realize, like, why I was crying. Because I've never shared this with him. Oh, that one was sour. So, when we got in the car, and he realized, like, I was literally sobbing and hyperventilating and crying and, like, killing myself, like, by suffocation because I'm crying, he was like, oh my god, I don't understand what I said. Like, what did I do? Like, why are you crying? And it took me about, I'm gonna literally say, like, 4 to 5 minutes to calm down, to respond to him. And I think by me not responding for a while, and by, like, how worked up I got, he, like, got the hint. Because he was like, as he was driving, he's like, did I say something that, like, your perpetrator used to say to you? Like, what did I say? Like, please tell me, help me understand. And it literally took me until, like, I caught my breath to, like, help him understand. And then, like, I'm literally saying it. I'm like, bro, why do you love me? This is embarrassing. And I never shared that with him because, like I said, like, it's something that a normal person wouldn't give a fuck about. Like, okay, yeah, normal people like, oh, don't rush me, but they wouldn't fucking start crying. So it's like, to me, it's like a childish thing, if that makes sense. And it's like, yes, I know that I've been through some stuff, but it's like, to cry. But I'm just happy that I have a very understanding, loving boyfriend. But I was just very surprised that I was hyperventilating how I was, because I have not got triggered like that in many years. Like, many years. And, like, when I got like that, I tried to do all of my, like, counseling tools. I tried to do all that. It did not fucking work. So I don't know what, but it's like, there's certain things that people know about with my abuse, and there's certain things that they don't. And that little tiny thing, I really don't share with people. So when my boyfriend said that, it kind of just, like, pulled out something in my, what is that? The black monkey box. I don't know. It's like some box that people call, I can't remember. The mystery box. It's something that, it's like a term. It pulled out of my mystery box. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, it was, like, pulled out of the fucking back of my brain. And it was just like, my brain was like this. Like, that's how I was. And I talked to my counselor about it, and she literally told me that since working with me, she notices that, hold on, I gotta get that seed out of there, that she notices that I just like to my trauma. Like, I don't like get, like, how do you say, like, I just kind of push my trauma like it wasn't that bad, when in reality it was. It really was. Like, and the reason why I'm like that is, I guess, because like I know my trauma was bad, I know what I experienced was bad, but then when I think of people like Elizabeth Smart, JC Dugard, Gabriel Fernandez, like the other, what's that guy's name, David Pelser, I'm all looking at his book. When I think of people like that, I'm like, okay, my childhood was bad, but it wasn't like that. I didn't have to drink bleach. I didn't have to, like, live in a fucking shipping container. Like, it was bad. Well, when I think of cases like that, I guess it makes me be like, okay, it wasn't so bad. But my counselor said, like, I shouldn't be comparing myself, I guess, because I need to acknowledge that, yeah, I had it rough. And I guess it's kind of hard for me, because I guess I don't give myself enough pity. I don't know if that's the right term, but I don't give myself, like, enough pity. Well, one thing I will say is, like, if I literally explain something to, like, someone, they'll be like, well, you should have been on the news. And I was, like, literally one of those cases that just slipped through the cracks. And I feel like sometimes that's a little hard for me to process, considering my perpetrator is still running free. So sometimes when I know, like, oh yeah, my story is something that should have been in the news, like, it's that bad, I'm like, oh, no, it's not. It's not that bad. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I've been trying to work on my book lately, but it's very hard, because it's like when I write a chapter for my book, when I write a chapter for my book, it's like I literally have to relive every single moment. That's scary. It makes me feel like I'm that little kid again, and I don't like that feeling. No me gusta. But yeah, it's a very tricky feeling. My goal is to at least work on my book. I want to say 30 minutes a day, but I tried doing that last week. You should have seen my face. I'll post a picture of it. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. I looked a fucking hot mess. So I would at least say like twice a week I could work on it. But I really want to get my book done. That's the thing, I really want to get it done. Because I feel like even though I didn't get my justice, my story deserves to be heard by the world. That's how I feel. These are so good. Kumquats, they're like so freaking good. I know everybody doesn't like them, but they're so good. Thanks for listening.